Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Greider. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Greider.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Honored to be connecting in with you. And we have been focused on unmasking our potential. So the month of October, we've been looking at different ways to tap into our full potential. Unmasking, taking off sometimes the way we put on a mask or a shield, trying to show up in the world in a certain way, but instead really finding ways to take that off, taking that mask that we can wear sometimes off and truly show up, truly share the gift of who we are powerfully, authentically, and purposely with the world. Because I found a key to connecting with people is being willing to take away the mask. That shield actually creates a barrier between you and who you're trying to connect with in your hearts. And we need to be willing to take that away, to unmask our potential, to be willing to really connect in a deep and authentic way. So I'm honored as we take off our masks to connect today fully, deeply, personally, to support you on your journey. This show is for you. I want to encourage you to really lean into this time. Be willing to be fully present to receive everything that is here for you today. As we look at unmasking your potential, we look at choosing to step forward in a positive and transformational way. How do we develop the practice of that? One of the keys, I believe, is allowing others to walk beside you on the journey. Allowing others to pour into you. So today, you get practice in this. Right now, I want you to remember this time is yours. This is a time that we are coming alongside. You can stop all the doing for a little bit and be. Breathe. Receive. I want you to feel the connection. Feel the support. Allow us to come alongside you and pour into you. So let's be present. Let's take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful. As you keep breathing and you feel that breath come in, and fill your lungs all the way to your toes and out again. I want you to feel it bringing oxygen and nourishment and support to every single cell in your body, releasing what no longer serves. It allows you to become present, to reduce any stress or cortisol levels as we breathe and slow down to receive, become fully present. Let's take both our hands today and put them on our heart. As you do that and you feel that heartbeat, and you breathe and close your eyes, become fully tuned in. You're absolutely safe. And in this breath, in these heartbeats, what is it that you need today? What is it that encourages you, empowers you, uplifts you? What do you need? Real time to support you on your journey, that you are willing to receive because you have choice. So what are you needing, identifying, hearing, remembering that you are willing to receive as support on your journey? Beautiful. With that information, I want you to take a deep breath. Come back to the room, eyes open, fully present, and take a moment to write down what was laid on your heart, what it is that you need and are willing to receive. Please note, we didn't feel into how. We're not talking about how. We're identifying what it is that you need and are willing to receive. And by writing it down, you're starting to bring it into reality. You're keeping it top of mind so you don't get distracted by shiny objects and forget why you're here. But you have time to really focus attention and open to receiving it. In fact, you're looking forward to the unexpected and wonderful way this need will get met or will shift for you in a positive way, that you get to be surprised. You don't have to figure it all out. You get to receive that support. Beautiful. So as we go around our virtual room today, I want you to listen in as each of our guests share what was laid on their heart as they took a moment to stop, pause, and listen and see if it's an echo of yours, if it adds something to what you felt in your heart and in your space when you took a moment to feel in and listen. So with that, Camille, I'd love for you to start. What was laid on your heart?
I think for sure what popped over and over was gratitude. Just being able, life is hectic and a little crazy right now, and I find that I just need to remind myself to be grateful for the good things.
Beautiful. I like that. Choosing to remind yourself to focus in on the things you're grateful for. Beautiful. Beautiful. You're right. And it is, life is picking up speed and hectic. So I love that you're identifying that and making that choice to see what you're grateful for and to really lean in with gratitude. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. How about you, Jean? What was laid on your heart?
Well, I would definitely mirror what Camille said, because I think gratitude keeps you in a high place, in a high energy place. But the thing that was coming to me was, because I am so grateful for sharing. Sharing is sort of what lights my fire. And I love to share truth. I love to ignite people's imagination and their empowerment. So I think those two things kind of go together. And that's the thing that kind of inspires me every day.
Oh, I love that. That drive, that passion to share truth and make a difference. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you.
The secret to happiness.
I love, you heard it here, everybody. The secret to happiness. I love that. Tapping in and sharing. Beautiful. I love it. As we get ready to go to our first commercial break, listeners, I want you to continue to stay present. Really listen to what is being laid in your heart and your spirit. See what gratitude, how it's mixing with what you heard and what you're receiving. Enjoy these next 2 minutes, and we'll continue our conversation in just a moment.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
Explore the poetry of Sam Yao. His book of poems, Soul's Journey, is a #1 international bestseller. Sam is a contemporary poet with a unique and highly relatable poetic style to convey the essence of spiritual truths for our time. Readers will find beauty, inspiration, and healing in his words. Get his book, Soul's Journey, today on Amazon.com or visit SamYaoPoetry.com. That's Sam, Y-A-U, Poetry.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
It's
your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. We have those moments built in throughout the show to help support you when we can take 2 minutes at a time, even a minute, and slow down and really choose to be present, process and receive all that serves, release what no longer does. It gives us an opportunity to integrate things on a cellular level so they actually become part of us instead of just on the to-do list. We're giving you time during the show to really be present, integrate, and receive deeply all that serves. So I encourage you throughout the show, take advantage of those commercial breaks. They're built in on purpose, designed to support you on your journey. Well, welcome back. We've been talking about unmasking our potential. How do we step forward in a positive and transformational way in our life, fully sharing all of who we are? I'm just thrilled and excited to introduce our first guest. I know that she shared about gratitude in our opening segment, and I wanted to share just a little bit more about her before we go deeper into the conversation. Camille Bauer is a podcast host, a vibrant happiness advocate, and grief recovery expert. As a cancer widow, single mother of 3, and serial entrepreneur, she shares her positive and humorous perspective on life through adversity and has influenced tens of thousands of people around the world. She is absolutely passionate about helping you choose happiness. There we go. She's passionate about helping you choose happiness, that it's a choice no matter what may come your way. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful, positive, and dynamic Camille Bauer to the show. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Happy to be here.
You are welcome. I'm glad you're happy. That's perfectly on brand. I love that. Welcome. And I'm excited to have you share a little bit as we start our conversation of why it's important to you to be an advocate for happiness, why this work and sharing that out in the world is something you dedicate so much time and energy and resources to. Why is that your passion?
Well, because I've lived in the darkness. If any of you are listening and experienced a cancer diagnosis of a loved one or that of yourself, you know and can testify there's many dark days. And, my late husband, it was 4 years before he passed. And I really had to learn the value of changing my focus, choosing what I wanted to have the quality of my life look like. And even though life got worse and he got sicker, because of the tools that I've developed over the years, I've learned that no matter what goes on in life, I can control my emotions and I can control what I choose to focus on. And it really helped empower the last several years of the quality of our life and that of my children after his subsequent passing. Is, we focus on will expand and grow. And it's become my, passion and zest in life is to help others that are in their darkness find their light.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And when you said, 4 years, I was thinking, that's a long time, day in and day out, to navigate those waters and to continue to make that choice. That it developed a way of life that you've created and continue to bring forward and help others. And so when you said that, it really hit me. I thought, wow, that's 365 days times 4. Times all those hours and minutes in a day, navigating that. And I just, one, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And 2, I celebrate that you have found a way to navigate those waters in a positive way to continue to step forward and now share that with so many around the world. And as we look back on your journey, is there something that you can share, a piece of advice or wisdom for someone right now that they just got news that's really difficult, or they're in that dark place that they can maybe grasp onto, that can maybe support them to move in a more positive place, what they can control, what choices they do have available to them?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. I would say to that person who's suffering, struggling, dealing with heartache, don't waste your now because of what your future could be. And that was an aha moment for me. So if you are in the thick of it, think, don't worry. Replace your worry with gratitude for what is going right. And when you do that, you will find your burdens will be made lighter. You'll feel light being able to penetrate your heart and in your soul. I know it's hard. I know it's crappy. It's not like I found the secret to happiness and I never had a bad day again. Like, no, it's hard. I get it. And you got to give yourself grace. To be authentic to your feelings, you don't want to suppress them and just pretend to be happy, but let your feelings out. Call a trusted friend, cry, and then journal, whatever you need to do to release those feelings, and then focus on empowering yourself that, you know what, I'm here now. I'm alive now. My loved one's alive now. And what can I focus on that's good? So give yourself that time to grieve. Give yourself that heartache moments, but don't let those days turn into weeks, turn into months. That's a waste. And so in that moment right now of tenderness and darkness, let those feelings out. Don't suppress them, but then choose to focus on what is right.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I love that you're honoring those feelings and the emotions, giving them an outlet, but not letting them take over or take control of more than they are. And did you find, or do you find, that this is a process that needs to be repeated sometimes many times a day, maybe an hour or a day, a week? It's not just one time and done. Is it something that needs to happen multiple times, or we need reminders of to navigate those difficult waters?
Absolutely. Especially, I think of it as like the spiritual Olympics. When you first start and you're training, it's hard, it hurts, and you want to stop because you want to revert back to your old ways that makes you comfortable. But as you get good at refocusing, that mental strength, using that mental strength, you'll become a champion in that. Is it perfect? No. Is the journey easy? No. Think about all the people in the Olympics, all they have to go to get good and to be great in their field. And that's just like anything, right? And especially with positive thinking. It's not just, oh, okay, I got it. I thought a positive thought and now it's going to be easy. It's no, you have to refocus and train and your mind, because it is that muscle. And in order to do that, like you said, it's especially grief. If you're dealing with the loss of a loved one, like my heart goes out to you. This has been 6 years now since he's passed away. And I still will have feelings of overwhelm and just cry. Like, you're not abnormal. You're not a freak. But to calling to attention that, it's an everyday, it's a process. It's not a destination. And
Beautiful.
It's not like, you got the gold medal, congrats. Now you never have to try again. It might be easier. You might be more in shape, choosing and looking at the positive, but it's still a choice that you have to make, that you choose to make every day.
Beautiful. Do you have a daily practice that perhaps that you do, or that you recommend those that you work with do to help us be mindful about the attitude we're choosing, the perspective we're choosing?
Absolutely. With my clients, I walk through, we do a gratitude walk and then create a visual that they can look at every day to remind them, in that quiet moment to start your day off, to think of the good things. For me as well, and my clients, I love to have, a habit tracker, a happiness tracker, some habits that are trained and taught and developed every day that will then, little things equal big things. And if you got up today and you brushed your teeth, congrats. Like, high five. So many times we don't celebrate the little things. And when you're writing down and having habits to happiness, you can see all those little things add up. And it makes overall your spirit, your mind, your heart, your output so much greater when you can acknowledge and see what you're accomplishing every day. Because chances are, if you're listening, you're trying hard. You're tuning in, and when other people could be listening to the radio right now, popping off to songs, but you are here trying to better yourself, and congrats, pat yourself on the back for that. That's huge. And acknowledging those little small steps equal huge steps is really empowering, and keeping track of those small steps make you feel empowered. It gives you that power to propel you forward when it's like, oh yeah, okay, I can see I am moving forward, ever be slowly some days. The trajectory is good when you can see your actual steps. And you're making the steps. A lot of times people just don't recognize it, and it's defeating.
I love this. I love that, those small steps, the baby steps count. They're still steps. They could move in the direction you're wanting to go. And I love that the tracker idea of really a gratitude or habit tracker, that we're paying attention to that, because sometimes we're in the middle of it and we miss things. We don't see things. We don't know that we're moving in the direction that we're wanting to go. And I love being conscious of that and really choosing to track it, to celebrate it, to acknowledge. I know one of the things my team and I have been doing lately, because it is so busy, this is a peak season for us. I think I mentioned this on a show recently. What we've been doing behind the scenes is every time we have a call, we even did this on the break, it's yay, we celebrate. We're like, go team. And reminding ourselves in those little touch points that we're coming together and we're building something amazing. Like we're all part of this, and every time we have an opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate that, we do, and it matters, and it cheers us on and propels us forward. So I love that, building that in. Any final thoughts as you reflect on our conversation today and look at really helping people move forward in a powerful, positive, and transformational way? Thoughts that you have to encourage them on their journey?
Absolutely. And I would say speak out. You're not alone. Darkness wants you to think you're a freak and no one's out there that understands how you feel. I was 32 years old when my husband passed away, and I had no clue. And that's what being a voice to that loss, that grief, that heartache has helped so many realize, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. And because of the courage that it took for me to be vulnerable and share, so you don't know who is in your wake of what realm of influence that might need to hear you be vulnerable, you be true and honest with where you're at and how you're feeling. Because, when you can give to others, when you can help others, it only helps yourself as well. And the true secret to happiness is giving. And if you're able to give with your feelings, even if it's like, you know what, I am struggling right now. I am having a hard day. I've been depressed. I'm dealing with anxiety. I eat my feelings at night. Me and Ben and Jerry's, I've been good friends lately with whatever it might be. That person you're telling might be like, oh my gosh, I thought I was the only one. Oh, thank you for making me feel like I'm not a horrible, shameful person, Sharing that where you're at and just being honest with it to those that are in your tribe that love you and care for you can really help you, because when you shine light on darkness, it dispels it. So your darkness will dissipate as you share that with others.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it, and the courage it has taken and continues to take to step forward in all the ways you are to reach others and shine that light and be an encouragement, sharing your wisdom and heart and gifts with so many. Thank you for giving us your time today. Listeners, we are getting ready to go to our next commercial break, and as we do that, I want to give you an opportunity to really process some of what Camille has said and shared and really see what is speaking to your heart, to your spirit. Towards the end of the show, we're going to let you know how to go deeper, how to connect, all of those opportunities we're going to share. But right now, this is an opportunity for you to really process what has spoken to your heart and spirit. And we'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message. It's time to serve, learn, change the world. Tune in each week for the power of young people to change the world. Hosted by NYLC CEO Amy Mewers. The program is a forum for both young people and the adults who love and support them. We make connections with others through stories of change, partnership, and new perspectives of issues facing the world today. Be sure to join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time, or anytime on demand on the Voice America Empowerment Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day, that as we have been spending this time together, that you had this opportunity to really sink into all that Camille has shared. I hope it's been amazing. And we have more. So I hope that you're excited about that. I found, as she shared, it was an opportunity to go deep and really think about, how am I looking at my day, at some of the challenges that I'm facing? Am I getting stuck in what may be wasting time and energy, or am I really focusing in on those things that matter that I want to bring forward? Because we have that choice. And those moments that we have together are precious. And how are we choosing to spend them? How are you choosing to spend your time with us today? Is it being present? Is it being open? Is it receiving? Take a look at what you wrote down at the opening of the show at the beginning, where it shares what it was that was on your heart when we connected in and you listened. And see if some of that has shifted, has moved forward, has expanded based on the conversation so far. About to introduce our next amazing guest. And as I do so, I want you to listen in, heart open, ready to receive the insight, tips, and she has exciting news, in fact, too, that she's going to be sharing with us. So Jean Walters is an international best-selling author, a metaphysical teacher. She has written 5 books, a radio show host, and has been at the forefront of the positive transformational movement for over 30 years. Through her writing, her consulting, her teaching, and Ash, can you help me with that? I'm blanking on that word, the pronunciation.
Akashic.
Akashic, thank you. I'm like, wow, my tongue got all tied. Akashic record readings, thank you. She has helped hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. She is passionate about helping you get unstuck, move from anxiety to peace, and shine all of your gifts, your talents, your purpose out in the world. Please lean in and warmly welcome the positive, dynamic, and joy-filled Jean Walters to the show. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. That was wonderful.
You are welcome.
So glad to be here.
Excited to have you joining us today, and this is a special day. I know that you recently launched a book that we're going to be talking about, and in honor of today's show, you continued the special launching rate that was launched with that book. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit, and that's an opportunity for all of you listeners to lean into a valuable book and resource at a special rate. So I want to thank you for extending that and making that available to our listeners as well. That's just very generous of you. And I know a launch is a busy time, and I appreciate you carving out time to be with us and stop in and share about your book. But before we get into the book, I want to touch in on the work that you do. So why is this work that you really work with people on a metaphysical level? You really help them tune in and move forward. What does that mean for those that this might be new terminology for? And why do you do that work?
Well, there's a couple questions in that. But anyway, the work is, I really recognize that there's a fire inside each person. There is a God-given momentum inside each person. And one of the things I love to do is to help them discover that, acknowledge it, and then allow it to start guiding them in their life. Much of this relates to their deeper being, their intuitive self. But this is a time right now where people are beginning to open up to that. And it's a very exciting time for that reason. But right now we're learning how to become a kinder, gentler world. And I think each person is part of that. And so that we each get to play a part, and we have it assigned already. So it's not like we have to search for it. It's already there. The things that come naturally to us are the ways that we can begin to participate in this incredible change that we're in right now. And it really is all about love.
Thank you for sharing that. I love this. And a couple of things you shared, I just love to emphasize that a lot of the things that we can do are right at our fingertips already. There are a lot of the gifting and the talents that we already have. and recognizing that and bringing that forward. What's a way we can start to do that? Because, we're in the picture frame. We don't see it from the outside. We don't always know how we're the same or different. What's a way we can start to tap in and see some of that to bring our gifts forward and make a positive difference?
Well, one of the things we really want to recognize are the shoulds. We have been taught many things in our life about you should do this and you should be that and you should. And what happens is when we adopt all those rules that are coming from somebody else, we're beginning to block out our own light, because intuition and connecting with our deeper self and moving along the path that we're designed to move with have nothing to do with should. They all have to do with passion and with what comes naturally to us. So I've had many, many people that, by starting to release the shoulds in their life, they reconnected with something that was always there, that was just, a given. So an artist becomes an artist, or a writer becomes a writer, or someone wants to become an entrepreneur becomes an entrepreneur because they begin to trust that inner voice. So I'm not sure if that answered your question. That's how it works, regardless.
It's great. That's perfect. Thank you for sharing. Well, and I think it's really, recognizing that, trusting that inner calling and gifting, and allowing that to come forward in bigger ways, and leaning into it. And that's something I know you specialize in, really helping people do that. And one of the ways, because you do this in many different ways, is through your writing, that you bring books forward and information forward in a way to really help people move forward on their journey. And that's led to your most recent book. I'd love for you to share. I call it Deep Truth, but there's a longer title, the full title.
And the
just
title came to me, so, I kept questioning, is this really the title? And it was yes. So it's a long title, but that's how spirit works, Anyway, it's called Deep Truth, Wisdom of the Masters, Reality and Illusion. And then the subtitle would be Practical Steps to Understand the Universe, Master the Mind, Develop Intuition, Deepen Wisdom, and Live an Inspired Life. So basically, I take in all of that in the book, and that's quite a bit, but there's some simple exercises and steps that can be taken that I have throughout the book that will help people kind of reconnect to that deeper self that I'm talking about. And so this book is all about cultivating something that's always been with them, but again, they've had to kind of push aside some things that have gotten in the way, some ideas of limitation and smallness and helplessness, and just things that are really untrue. And so by letting, just as you said in your meditation, when you let go of that which is not truth, then something that comes forward that has so much more relevance. And that's what this book is about.
Beautiful. And I love that you listened to where you were being guided and led. You checked in. Is that the full name? You got it. Yeah. and you brought that forward.
If that's it, then that's it. I never argue with the universe, but I always do want to make sure I'm getting it right. So
beautiful.
There's quite a bit in this book that's been channeled. And you'll notice just the way the writing flows. That's how you'll be able to tell those parts that have just truly been 100% channeling. And because I want the universe to speak to you. I want, people to really get that everything is for you. Even in the worst case scenarios, and, even as Camille was talking, there's some kind of a blessing in everything if we look for it. As she was saying, she got to spend those last days in precious moments with her beloved. And when we look for the blessing, we find it, but we have to be willing to be open to that. And many times people live in sort of a victim stance, and when they do that, they're closing themselves down. It's not that the blessings aren't there, they are, but they close themselves down to really experiencing the joy that life offers.
Thank you for sharing that and a little bit about the book, and that so much that you're allowing the universe to speak through you, through the book, and really share it with the world. And I even know down to the cover design of the book. It's a beautiful cover. Do you mind sharing just the look and feel and why that became the cover of your beautiful book?
Well, I work with a beautiful designer. Her name is Ann Cody, and she is an award-winning artist. And when we work together, it's just pure spirit back and forth. But when I told her what I wanted in a book cover, she came up with this lotus. And, of course, we know that the lotus is sort of a symbol of opening our crown chakra, opening into a higher energy. And so she created this amazing cover that illustrates the theme of this book. And so, we get to laugh together and share, because when things come, we're both kind of giggly over it, because we don't try to get in the way. We allow this to work as an energy between us. So I call it like a dance, and when you're dancing with someone, when you're in that energy flow and that rhythm, you can feel it. And that's when we have the most fun in life.
I love that. And that's been captured in the cover and in so much of what has been put together in this book. It's a dance with the universe, too, as you're in that flow, receiving that information. I love that.
That's what we want to do, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And sharing it out with the world. And I want to make sure we take just a moment and share about the special rate, because I did talk about that in the beginning, and I want to make sure everyone knows what that is. What do I do with that? So, you launched your book
because as a launch, we're setting up $1.99 for this Kindle book, the ebook, and then that'll get people started on this path. And it's also something that they might want to share with other people, because we're going to just do a one-time offer right now. So we have today yet to get this out and help people, begin to open up themselves to this higher reality. And I'm excited to share that. And we did make a bestseller list. I think we're shooting for international bestseller right now. And anyway, it's a very exciting time to get these words out to people, because we're in such a huge change in our world. And this is going to help them stay above it. Instead of being down into the grisly parts, we want to stay above all the changes that are going on and see something bigger than just a momentary distraction or a momentary bit of, angst or challenge or whatever you want to call it. We want to see higher than that.
Beautiful. And this book will support them and help them do that, as well as Dance with the Universe have those beautiful support and information for the journey to really live in a powerful and positive way. And just for those of you who are saying, okay, I want to take advantage of this, special opportunity is on Amazon. We'll give you some additional details towards the end of the show of how you can lean in and get your copy. But you can find it on Amazon. If you look it up by Jean Walters, you can look up by her name in Deep Truth. You should be able to find it. But I know she has a special way you can connect in with her and get some additional goodies. So make sure to stay on towards the end of the show. We'll be giving you that additional information. As we get ready to go to our commercial break here, I wanted to see, Jean, if as you reflect on our conversation today, is there something that you would like our listeners to think about during this next commercial break as they take a couple minutes for themselves to process?
Just that they start thinking about their deeper questions, like, what is my life really about? What is it that's most important to me? What can I do to begin those steps to move toward it? What's the universe all about, and how does it work? These are all great questions to begin to open up a deeper channel within yourself. But it's good to always question everything and to have curiosity. That's a really important quality to nurture.
Beautiful. Thank you. So listeners, those are some fabulous questions that Jean has shared with us for us to start exploring and listening. So when we explore and ask, listen and see what information comes through. And we'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
You need to live up to your full potential. You've heard that for years, but now there's a channel to help you get there. Introducing the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Our listeners have told us that they want to be motivated, hear about success stories, and positive encouragement around the clock. And we've responded to you. The Voice America Empowerment Channel is the home of the world's top life coaches, entrepreneurs, and success experts. Listen to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. It's here at voiceamericaempowerment.com.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that it gave you an opportunity to pause and really think about those beautiful questions that Jean gave us, the amazing advice and wisdom that Camille shared with us. I hope that you have taken time during today's show to process, to go deep, to really lean into everything here that can serve you. I want to thank you for being part of the show. And we have a couple more things that we want to share with you. One, I encourage you, take some time at the end of today's show, 2 to 5 minutes, to just breathe in, process all that serves, take action on the contact information that's going to be shared with you, and then purposely, mindfully choose how you want to step forward into the day, because you get to choose what you bring forward, how you step forward. And with that, I'm very excited to have each of our guests share their contact information, things that you can be watching for that are coming up that you can be aware of, that they have or are going to be bringing forward. And then the best way to continue to connect and go deeper with them. So with that, Camille, I'd love for you to start. What's the best way for us to connect in, go deeper? Any things that you're launching or you want us to be aware of? We love knowing those types of things.
Absolutely. So you can see my website, CamilleBauer.com. Camille with a K, Kamille. Bauer, and on there you can sign up for my newsletter, and that is a way to join my tribe. And I send out and keep you apprised on anything that I'm doing and cooking up. Right now I have a free offer for your listeners on my website. If you go to that homepage, you can get my free 4-day program, and it's 4 days, 4 ways to turn setbacks into set ups for success. And
Nice.
That is going to be able to be done at your own pace. And each day you'll get a video from me to you talking about the crucial step for that day. And you can follow me on social media too. I have a YouTube channel that is the same as my name, Camille Bauer. So lots of good stuff. I also do mentoring, coaching, and if you're struggling with darkness and anxiety, depression, loss, grief, I'm your girl. If you need help moving through it, And you can also sign up on my website for like a free discovery call.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for making yourself available to support our listeners, all those valuable tools and resources. I appreciate that. And Jean, I would love for you to share. So give us the full title of your book again. The special rate I know is $1.99. Yep, full title.
Yes. Full title, Deep Truth, Wisdom of the Masters, Reality and Illusion. And then subtitle is Practical Steps to Understand the Universe, Master the Mind, Develop Intuition, Deepen Wisdom, and Live an Inspired Life. And that is on sale today for one more day for $1.99. It's a really big gift. And also to be sure and share it out with your friends who might be interested in spirituality or metaphysics. I also am available to, to coach people and to do Akashic record readings, and have been doing this for a very long time. My website is spiritualtransformation.com, and I also have a blog. And if you would email me at Jean, Jean, at spiritualtransformation.com, I will send you the first 50 books. I'm going to send you the first 50 pages. I know that's a big one, right? I'm going to send you the first 50 pages of my book, and as just a gift to you, because I really care that you honor yourself and just be the best self you can possibly be. So it's Jean, Jean, at spiritualtransformation.com. And when you get on my website, you'll see all the books that I have put out. So I'm excited to share that with you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing. We're excited about your book. We're also sharing it out on social media for anyone that's following us and you're looking for the links. That's a quick way to do. You find us. You can look it up by my name, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, and you'll see links to take advantage of this special rate, but it is through the end of today. So you want to take action on that if you feel that pull and that call. And then I was just thinking about things that we are thankful for, things that we are leaning into and that support us on our journey. And I mentioned behind the scenes, Camille gave me a beautiful compliment on my laugh, and I shared behind the scenes, well, my grandmother gave it to me. And then Jean said, your grandmother gave it to you. So I thought, I should explain. So I have a distinctive laugh, and I remember for so many years being uncomfortable with it and putting a mask up, trying to lower my voice or talk in a certain way or laugh less because it was different and it carried. And I had a beautiful mentor of mine who poured truth into me and said, Rebecca, because I told them they needed to get rid of my laugh and fix it, like it's not okay. And he responded back and said, Rebecca, you need to understand the difference between assets and liabilities and things, because I was in finance, so he was using terms I understood. And he said, Rebecca, when you have something that people remember, that makes them smile, that carries across a room, that they lean into, that's a good thing. That's something that's an asset. That is something that you want to say yes to, and if anything, do more. The things we need to worry about are the things that interfere with our message, the masks that we put up, the shields, the things we hide behind. And so I laughed for joy when he shared this good news, and I finally heard my grandmother's in my laugh. It's actually a mixture of my mother's mom and my father's mom. Their laughs combined is the laugh that I've been gifted. And now I'm proud of it. I'm thankful for it. And it gives me joy to laugh, to lean in and share that gift with others. And so I encourage you to look at what gifts you have. Maybe those things that make you different or carry across a room are positive things that lift people's spirits. Be willing to lean in and share that more. Because you are a gift. You make a powerful difference in your circle, in your sphere. Be willing to expand it, to touch more lives. Be willing to share the amazing gift of you. Choose to bloom where you're planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel, with a replay on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Variety Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.